chat.
Hello, and welcome to Explore Pioneer, where each week we will be looking at a homebrew or meta deck, and we will be pitting it against various meta decks in the format. Today, we are going to be looking at Turbo Titan, the Jund variant of it, and then we're going to be pitting it against Mono Red Burn as well as Blue White Control. So just to start off, my name is Adrian. I wanted to do this podcast because I wanted to see more homebrew decks in the paper format to produce just various things where people could watch all sorts of new decks and things like that, where they could suggest decks that they want to see, and they could also suggest matchups that they wanted to see in the paper format. So we are live here at Advantage Games in North Glen, Colorado. You are free to come down. You're free to watch. You're free to even participate, especially in the tournament that will happen on Friday. So I'll turn it over to my co-partner, Jesse, who's been helping me out set up the stream. And I'll let Jesse tell us a little bit about himself.
Sure. My name's Jesse. Adrian and I were playing Magic, and he had brought in this setup. I'm like, hey, man, what you doing? He's like, oh, well, I'm doing this, getting ready to do this Explore and Pioneer thing, and it's going to be off-meta decks and, like, homebrews and cool stuff. And I was like, man, that sounds sweet. And he's like, cool, you want to help? I'm like, hell yeah. So now here we are. Yeah, so this should be fun. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So we're going to get started by first talking about our decks. I'm going to go first. The deck I'm playing today is called Turbo Titan. This is the Jund variant. Also very popular is just simply the Gruul or red-green variant. However, I'll talk about a little bit about why I wanted to use the Jund version. So Turbo Titan relies on producing a token creature with a few different cards, such as Curious Briefcase, Careful Cultivation, Seeker's Chariot, as well as Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, and sometimes also with Ob Nixilis, so that you can do really strange and awesome things with them. Once you have a token out, you can use cards such as Transmogrify or Luca to search through your deck for the only creature that you have, which is Titan of Industry. Now, a lot of people play 4 Titan of Industry. I've seen as small as 2 Titans of Industry. I am playing 3 Titans of Industry in my deck so that I can jam some more variation with the color. Speaking about which, I am specifically running the Jund variant of it because I like being able to have access to cards such as Ob Nixilis, the Adversary, which is really good in control matchups and also can be really good in burn matchups too, which happens to be the matchup that I'm facing today. It also gives me access to Dreadbore main deck, and Dreadbore is an incredibly powerful card to be able to destroy any creature that can be destroyed, as well as a Planeswalker simply for 2 mana. Otherwise, I also have Voltage Surge to deal with early things such as dorks or other smaller creatures. I have Valakut's Awakening, which allows me to try to find my combo pieces if I don't draw them in my hand to begin with. And then I also have access to Kahira, which I can put into my hand as my companion, which I can either use to stabilize, being able to produce Titan of Industry as a vigilant creature, or to be able to use as my combo piece. My 2 utility lands are Sokenzen, Crucible of Defiance, which allows me to be able to produce creatures that I can then Transmogrify or use Luke on, and also Castle Garenbrig, which allows me to be able to cast Titan of Industry if I need to a turn early, as well as to help color fix, so that I can get to that triple green. I am using the Shockland version of the deck. This is going to be very painful, especially going up against Mono Red Burn to begin with. I also see a lot of people use Pathways as well, and Pathways are about like 90% for color correction. However, I am dedicated to the Shockland version because it does allow me to make sure that I have all 3 colors on turn 3. So I'm going to pass over to Jesse, who is going to tell us basically what the objective of his deck is.
Yeah, so while Adrian is trying to ramp out a Titan, cheat it into play really early, I'm really just looking to do 20 damage. We're going to try and do 20 damage as quick as we can by playing some aggro staples in this and other formats. Let's start with the utility lands and we'll move up the mana curve. I've got Den of the Bugbear, one of the strongest man lands in the game. In reality, like a good game for this deck is never going to see Den of the Bugbear become a creature. But one of the things that you can struggle with in this deck, especially in Pioneer, is just to get those last 5 or 6 points of damage in. Den of the Bugbear can help a lot with that. So can Reminap Ruins, which we can sack to deal 2 damage to our opponent. And Sekenzin, if we're flooding out or need to come back from Wrath or anything, we can discard Sekenzin, get 2 1/1s, which doesn't hurt either. I'm playing 2 of Wild Slash, which is basically just Shock in this deck. Play with Fire, I'm playing 2 of, which is just Shock with an upside. 2 damage in the scry is nice. Kumano faces Kakazan, one of those cards that you read and you're like, I don't really get it, what's the point? And then you play it a couple times, you're like, oh, this card's actually deeply sick. And then Soulscar Mage, plausibly the weakest creature in the deck, but sometimes really makes it possible to get there. It lets you trade profitably with some big dudes at instant speed. Monastery Swiftspear needs no introduction. Eidolon of the Great Revel, just because we're trying to count to 20 faster than our opponent can, so if we can reduce the number that we're both counting to, we should be in an even better spot. I think I'm on 2 or 3 of Lightning Strike, because sometimes 2 damage just isn't enough, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted to play 0 Wild Slash or 0 Lightning Strike, so I've got them split. I've got Bone Crusher Giant. It's a overpriced shock on one side, and then it's a 4/3 for 3 on the other side, which is just fine, and it also damages the targeter of it with removal. If Adrian tries to destroy it, he'll take a little damage there. Again, all that stuff helps. We've got Skewer the Critics, which is overpriced at its full cost, but if you dealt any damage, will be a literal lightning bolt. And then Chandra Jesterkill, who enables us to trigger Spectacle, helps us draw more cards, see more cards. It's not really a draw effect, but it helps us see more cards, and it even helps us on the turn we play here. We can like Chandra Jesterkill, Skewer the Critics, or light up the stage. And that's just a really sweet line. Light up the stage. Again, we're going to just see more cards this way. I like to joke this deck draws more cards than the blue-white control list, and I'm only a little bit joking. So that's what we're playing pre-board. I'm going to pass it back to Adrian to elaborate a little more on what we're doing here.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to right now see if I can get the.
Or I can do crowd work for a couple minutes if you need to work on the stream.
I'm trying to do some chat box correction in real time, although
Sure.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So what's probably going to happen is probably like the chat box is going to probably be like a little
Just
bit,
a black square this week?
Well, not a black square, but like I'm trying to put the black square behind it, and I'm trying to see like how I can get this kind of like go in the background. It's a little bit under the chat.
Oh, what's happened is that gray showing through?
Well, yeah. So like, what happens is like the chat's like right here, and then it's just like yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, just toss a black square over it. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's like lower in the layer than the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not succeeding. I think I'm gonna have to.
You might have to just drag it up in the scene, like towards the top. I would imagine is the top.
I think what's going to end up happening is I'm probably just going to have to do that next time, unfortunately. And so, but that's fine. That just means like chat box will end up being kind of like a little bit clearer. That's fine though. So
Before next one, I can just make that box black.
Yeah, we just make black.
I didn't realize that the Twitch chat didn't show up on the preview. It's a whole thing.
There we go. Cool. All right, yeah, that's fine. So, well, let's just go ahead and shuffle this up, and let's talk about who do you think is going to win best of 3, Jesse?
I think the red deck's in a good spot. If I can keep you off your game plan, which shouldn't be that hard, I think I'm actually more scared of like a Seeker's Chariot than your first game plan.
Seeker's Chariot's really good, as well as my Ob Nixilis is really good. You know, like you'll have to be careful of my Careful Cultivation. Because like that can be a surprise move where I can enable myself to be able to go get Titan of Industry as early as turn 3. So we'll have to see where we're doing. So the way we're going to do the startup is we are going to shuffle up. We're going to present, cut, all those kind of things. And if we don't like our first draw, we're actually going to do a second free draw. just to kind of like give us something to talk about. And we're actually going to talk about our hands. We're going to try to predict to see who we think is going to have the upper hand in the first game. However, we'll keep every card that we draw afterwards a secret from there. All right. Before we do this, yeah.
Let's roll for who goes first.
All right.
I got 8.
I
got 10.
10. All right. I will be on the play. Extremely helpful. All
You
right.
get that card, Adrian.
That's right. It's my stick. Just so you guys know, under here are all of the tokens that I have for this deck, and there's a lot of them.
The deck does make some tokens. So this one's pretty simple to talk through. That we have no lands. That is less lands than we need. So we're gonna throw them back.
You're on the draw. You could do it.
No. I mean, like, let's see. Punished. Yeah, I think first play being turn 3 probably too slow.
Since I have a freebie, I do have Dreadboard in my hand. I do have the Seeker's Chariot as well as the Fable. However, I don't have...
Oh, see, that seems like a really good hand to me in the blind. I guess you don't have any way to get to your Titan.
I don't have any way to get my Titan. I do have a way to kill your thing off. I also have the ability to toss with Fable. And I also have 3 land, which is honestly sometimes important. And I do have like all my color fixing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try this hand. I do have one of my Titan of Industries in hand, which kind of sucks, but that does leave me still 2 in the deck. However, I'm going to try this hand to start out with.
No whammy, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is more keepable. It's probably more land than this deck wants to see, but frankly, in the blind, if we've got Eidolon on 2 into light up the stage, we're probably okay. And there's like a good chance, especially on the draw, that we hit a 1 or 2 drop. So I think I keep this in the blind.
So I don't feel like there's a lot to grab onto here, but let's go ahead and talk about it. What do we think is going to happen in this matchup?
I mean, in this matchup generally, as soon as I can reasonably figure out that you're on Turbo Titan, my whole game plan needs to be to try and keep your board clear, right? So like if I see a Courier's Briefcase or
Careful Cultivation.
Yeah, Careful Cultivation. Those are like big, obvious, like, oh, this is that Jund list.
Yeah.
I need to be pretty careful about that. I think Kiki Jiki is a really good card for you game 1 just because enough people are playing it in lists that aren't Turbo Titan that I probably don't try and kill the 2/2 right away. So if I'm tapped out and you've got your Kiki Jiki token or your 2/2 and I can't interact with it, that's a good spot for you.
Yeah, I also feel like the interesting thing is like obviously like I'm revealing Kahira, and there's a couple other lists that will play Kahira. If I Careful Cultivation at the end of your turn 2 and you've done something, and then on turn 3 I can do a Turbo Titan, I can just surprise you. Just like right off the board, and so like that's like a really good game plan for like being able to.
I think this deck's game 1s in the blind are probably pretty high percentage compared to game 2 and 3.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and run it. I'm going to start off by putting in a Stomping Ground tapped and say go.
All right. I'll play Mountain and pass.
Tap. Draw. Let's put in an Overgrown Tomb tapped.
All right, we go Mountain, Eidolon.
There it be. All right. Begin turn. Draw. I'm going to go ahead and shock in Blood Crypt. I'll go to 18. And I will cast Fable, which will also put me all the way down to 16.
Yeah.
And I create my shaman. At this point, looks like I'm just playing like some bizarre version of Jund, although
I mean, Jun's whole deal, right, is that it plays value. The idea that you would want to clone that value, that you would want to ramp a little bit. Like, I don't think that there's anything at Kiki Jiki that tells me that, or that at Fable the Mirror Breaker that tells me that I'm up against Turbo Titan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna untap to draw a card.
You having taken turn 1 off is like really helpful, especially since I don't feel very threatened.
It does put you in a better spot.
Yeah, when I put down a Seeker's Chariot next turn.
Right. So I'm gonna actually cast Lightning Strike and take 3 or take 2. So I go to 18.
Kill me
to kill Goblin Shaman.
To redirect to me.
No.
Okay.
No. And that's just so that we can get in with the Eidolon.
All right. I'm at 14.
All right, and we're gonna after combat light up the stage.
There you
go. All right. Until the end of my next turn, I can play those cards. I'm gonna pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. This will go to 2. At this point, I might want to go ahead and signal what I'm doing, just because like my Titan is like one of my most tossable cards. So I could toss the Titan.
Yeah.
I also kind of like want to toss the land because I really want to just like go ahead and try to get to the combo. So I did draw a Rock Veil, which is nice because that doesn't hurt me. So I am going to do that, and I know that this is going to flip next turn, which is really good. But still probably just going to go ahead and play the Chariot this turn because it doesn't hurt me at all to play the Chariot, which puts the pain back on Jesse since he is going to have to continue to cast things that's going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm going to untap. So the jig is up. I know I'm against Turbo Titan. I'm going to draw for my turn. And then... So I've got that Den of the Bugbear under the light up the stage, which I think I don't actually want to play. Because I think I need as much mana as I want to be able to interact here. Now that I know I need to keep his board clear, my reality has changed, right? So we're going to start with Chandra, Dress to Kill. And she'll enter at 3, and while retaining priority, I will uptick to exile the top. Maybe that's wrong. I think we've misplayed here pretty badly. I need to go to 16 anyway. So let's do that. I think what I should have done is held up that Skewer the Critics that was in my opening hand.
Well, that's sorcery speed anyway, though.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not happening.
At this point, like, if I have the combo, it's going to be hard for you. You'd have to hold up an instant speed interaction for me to target.
Yeah, I just don't have it, right?
Yeah.
So I need to... I think we'll add a mana and deal 1 to Adrian.
Ouchies.
And then we can cast this Play with Fire at a cat, or we can cast it at Adrian's face.
It's like, do you want to race me?
Yeah, well, never mind race, like... You can crew the Chariot, like, so the deal is, like, you've got the Chariot, right?
Yeah.
I have to deal with the win condition that's on the board.
Yeah. I'll also be able to crew the Chariot next turn as
Right.
well.
Even if I kill one cat. Yeah. So I think we're gonna go to combat first. No, I can't do that because I'll lose my red mana. We're gonna cast Play with Fire and hit a cat.
Okay. I will use the cats.
I'm gonna go to 14.
Chariot. Then 1 Morower will die.
Ramanap is land for turn. In for 2. I can't go in for 2 because the freaking Chariot.
I mean, you can threaten me and see if I don't block.
Yeah.
Of course, me, like, hoping to get my combo piece, I would probably just block anyway because it's like I want, You just spend that mana.
Yeah, so if you didn't have Chariot, I'd be tempted to leave a mana up and try and bluff another shock effect. Just because the deck does play a lot of them.
Yep.
But this one's not looking so good for our Intrepid Hero, folks.
Indeed. Well, that's only if I have the combo in hand.
That's true. That's true. But I do still have to answer the Asika's Chariot. So I'm going to swing with the Eidolon, actually.
Okay. I am going to go to blocks.
Okay.
And I am going to block with the Asika's Chariot.
That's fine. Asika's Chariot has 2 damage on it. We will cast Skewer the Credits and target Asika's Chariot.
Cool.
Now we've answered the
You'll take a
Chariot.
point for,
Yes, I will take a pain for my Ramanap tapping for red.
Yep.
I will go to 13. Oh, these are spin downs. So that should have been easier than that. It's fine. And I'll pass the turn.
All right.
It doesn't really matter if you have the combo if I can't ever answer the Chariot. 4 mana, or 4 toughness is hard for this deck.
All right, make the reflection, which is good for me. Land for turn. Let's start by... Reason why I have in the deck, just Dreadbore Chandra.
Yeah, seems
which
good.
Is
Does
really
not
good.
hurt, yeah.
Yeah, just a really good effect. Which allows me to be able to go to combat and attack for 2.
I'll go to 11.
Go for it.
All right, we'll untap. We'll draw for turn. We'll
Am I going to get there with the cat?
hard cast to light up the stage.
Okay.
We'll cast a Kumano Faces Kakazan,
All right, I'm at 12.
and we'll play a land for turn and cast our light up the stage under our light up the stage for Spectacle. So now we've got Soul Scar and Bone Crusher on the untap.
All right.
And we'll pass the turn.
Okay, so I'm going to channel Careful Cultivation at the end of turn to make my monk.
Yep.
Now, the monk is a part of one of the possibilities for a turn 3 win if I have those kind of draws, which unfortunately I don't. But the nice thing is the icon is pretty much just come at your face right now.
Yeah, beats don't look like a terrible plan. I
Yeah.
mean, you've got 5 power on board. I'm at 11 life. That's not.
You know. So, plan in mind, I'm going to go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack for 4.
Sure. I'm gonna go to 6.
Then
Right, 4. No, I'm gonna go to 7.
the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pay to put Kahira in my hand, and then I'm going to take a pain. I'm going to pay to cast.
Sure.
So that's going to give my cat. Now I could have done that beforehand. I probably should have, because that would give my cat vigilance and +1/+1. But you know,
Yeah, that's all right.
that's okay.
It's
All
only
right.
a little sequencing thing.
Only just a little sequence. Go ahead.
All right, we're gonna untap. We're gonna upkeep and draw. We're gonna go to 2.
Right now I'm playing Jund like Stompy.
Yeah, I mean, just play good cards, right?
Right. Whatever it takes.
It's kind of a fine thing to do a lot of the time. We can't really clear his board totally.
I've got so many things out. And that's kind of like why I went ahead.
And
It's
that's-
like I'm just going to take the turn to do that.
Yeah, so we're going to play Soul Scar. He's going to enter with a counter. That's good because now he's at 2/3, and his whole board is like he's got the Kahira that could trade profitably. I guess these all have. This has 1/1 +1/+1
Yeah,
now,
this
right?
is a 3/3.
that the only
So
thing that's
this
going to
is
qualify?
probably your best actual bet.
Yeah.
Is to go ahead and Bone Crusher. Mark
Yeah,
Kahira.
we're gonna do that, and then we'll cast the Bone Crusher.
It's not bad.
And then we are out of things to do. We'll pass the turn. So it's nerve wracking because I know he didn't have the combo last turn, but every draw, there's like a couple of ways that he can get to his combo. So he's at like more than 8 options for just making me be dead by playing Titan, which effectively ends the game here, right? He gains
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
He gets a
if I-
7/7 that I just can never answer.
Right, I'll gain 5 life and I'll just be kind of like, So
Yeah.
I'm going to try other things though. I'm going to
Copycat.
hold on.
It gets exiled at the end step.
Yep.
There's no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to combat and
Sure.
see what happens. 2, 4, and 5.
We'll block the 2/2 here and the 1/1 here. Actually, do we just block? We know he's got Voltage Surge, or we can be pretty sure that he's got a Shock Effect, right? Because it's Pioneer. People play Shock Effects.
Right.
So we're gonna just block cats.
Oh, we're just gonna straight up block the cats.
1 and 1. Yeah.
What if I have 2 voltage effects?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I will take. Oh, sorry, I won't tap like that.
You'll take the
I will take the
Soul Scar
2.
that's blocking your main cat.
Oh, so like what I'm doing is like I'm gonna do damage and damage.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then I take 2 for targeting.
Right.
Cards and stuff.
And then they'll trade in combat.
Yes. Yeah, and then all my cats will be gone. But
So will my giant and my human wizard.
yeah, that
have
leaves me
another
with 2
giant.
creatures to your 1 creature.
Seems pretty good.
I'm at 8 though, so it's not the best thing in the world. So I'm gonna go 7, and I'm going to go ahead and carry his briefcase.
All right.
Where are you, citizen?
I can sack a Ramanap here. So
Yeah.
if we can do 5 damage, he's
Yeah.
dead to our lands. That feels okay. I'll untap. I'll draw. This guy flips. On the other side, he's a 2/2 hasty boy.
That's a really good draw.
It's not a bad draw. That was actually our draw last turn, but we had stuff to do. So
Okay.
we're gonna go exiling the top card of our library. And hoping that it's red. It is red.
Wow.
So we can do 5, but we can't sack Ramen up. Let's do it. Up for 2.
Block.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Second main. Yeah, unfortunately it says cast this turn, so I can't hold it. Now do we just make him be dead to lands in 2 turns? Seems pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, 3U.
I'm at 4.
All right.
Well, also you can tick this up too. And,
Yeah. Actually, this doesn't change my clock at all. Because
Okay.
if I untap with Chandra,
Yeah.
3ing you in the face doesn't change my clock at all.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit the reflection of Kiki Jiki.
Okay.
Because now you've got 1 less target. If I hit, it doesn't really matter because I can always respond if I
Yeah.
have it in hand. But if I hit, yeah, I like this better.
Wait, so I can either draw a Luca, a Transmogrify, or I can actually draw a Titan right now, and I can cast it.
Yeah,
So, all right.
yeah, all those seem fine.
It's a lot
Let's
of draws.
see what we got. Part of the
lot of-
cards, Yugi, or whatever the heck the kids say
right.
these days, right?
Dreadbore?
It's not bad either.
Not the
bad
worst.
either.
It's just
Yeah.
like, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. The red deck without a turn 1 play, and the Jund deck without its combo.
I'm gonna get there by not.
I think you get there by not blocking.
Yeah.
I don't think
have
blocking
to,
is the way for
I
you.
have to
So I
attack.
think, yeah, you might as well hit me for 1.
Go for it.
For context, right? Like, if he untaps into the combo, it doesn't do him any good if he doesn't have any dudes.
Yeah.
2,
I'm at 5.
pass turn.
Uh-oh, holding up.
Holding up all kind of stuff. Who knows?
Sure.
Sure, that's fine.
It's at least gives me some blockers.
Yeah.
So-
Actually, response to Chariot.
Okay.
Ramanap.
I'm at 3. You put me to 1, which means you can just draw like
You're dead to
Something.
any spell, yeah.
yeah.
Basically any spell. Any burn spell.
Oh man. 1.
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. Oh. You ready for this? It's so good. Adrian,
Okay.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Play one of the 2 mountains in my hand.
Okay.
Crack Ramanop to you.
Yeah, I'm a 1.
Skewer the critics you.
Ah, I'm dead.
All right.
All right.
Spicy.
No love. No love. So that's part of the no, like so yeah, Jesse definitely got round 1 there. Yeah, so part of the problem with like not having like Transmogrify or Luca is it's a lot easier to start off with Transmogrify or Luca in hand and then dig for like Courier's Briefcase or stuff like that than is the other way around. But having the Asika's Chariot at the beginning felt good, but in the end, did not get there.
I think the Asika's Chariot there is great because it's just that it didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not that that's a bad card. It's just that it didn't get you there.
Yeah.
So I think in game 2, I'm just bringing in literally any instant speed removal that will hit any of its guys. Let's see. So I think the sorcery speed maneuver was not the move. This only hits the Courier's Briefcase token. I think that's probably not worth doing. I think this, even if it doesn't hit a red creature, if we sack a land to not lose the game, that's pretty good, right? So we can red cap melee one of your guys and be pretty okay with that. Vortex is maybe not a terrible bring in, but I think does Luca puts into play, right?
It doesn't cast it though. It
Right,
just,
right.
You just reveal from the top
Right.
of your library.
And then you put that card into play.
Yeah.
You don't cast it. I don't think the Roiling Vortex or the Ferocidon are the way. Although, I don't know. The Ferocidon's probably not terrible if I find some cards that do feel terrible, but I think my deck is mostly pretty okay here. Likewise, the Chandra Torch of Defiance. If I find a bunch of cards that I'm like, oh, I want those to come out, those would be the cards that I'd be looking to put back.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to come out here. Like that's the problem, right? Is our game 1 is too good against you.
Yeah. I think for me, looking at my sideboard, the red cap melees are definitely the best card to put in against burn. And a lot of my main deck is really, really solid against Jesse's mono red burn. So I feel like I'm going to go ahead and cut the Valakut Awakenings, even though that allows me to toss and just like a redraw a hand, things like that. I'm just going to rely on just like a much better, or hopefully like a really good starting hand. And I'm going to put in the red cap melees to correspond with the Voltage Surge to just like help get rid of early creatures.
Yeah. I think I want these red cap melees more than I want these Skewer the Critics. I think a lot of the time I'll be fine saying kill target dork, sack a land if the dork is the combo piece.
Now the red cap melee for you is going to end up punishing you though, possibly.
Yeah, because I'll have to sack a land. But if I get to make you... So here's the thing, right? If we look at it like this, right? A lot of the time this deck has more lands than it really needs. And that's because we have to be consistent about being able to empty our hand quickly. If I end up sacking one of those to prevent you from putting a Titan of Industry into play, that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Or if we see the Luca and somehow manage to answer the first Titan, which we could do with a red cap melee and a lightning strike, or a lightning spear.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, lightning strike. There it is, right on top. These two cards say remove target Titan. That's not terrible, though you're just going to regenerate it. Yes, it could punish us. I think that the sorcery speed 3 damage is probably just worse.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to go on the play. This time we're going to keep our opening hands private. We'll show the camera. However, hopefully we'll just see see what happens.
Yeah.
I reveal Kahira.
Oh, we're on camera. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that text is bad. I
Yeah.
gotta change that background.
Yeah,
like,
we'll
right
fix
away.
the background.
Okay. Oh, hey, we're figuring out we're on camera.
Yeah. No worries. So I did give Jesse the green pip that you can see in the top left-hand corner because he did earn that one in a really good back and forth. So we'll have to see if I can respond in kind. You go, sir. I'm gonna change a couple of these, just a little bit different, just to tilt you a little bit. You know.
This is unfair. It's outrageous.
They can't see what's going
It's
on.
unfair. So we've got dice, right? Our dice for camera. Beats a nice casino dice Adrian was kind enough to provide. And I am not a heathen, and Adrian is.
Always. There you go. I can't deal with it either. So.
Good. I'm glad.
All right. Set this back to 20. I don't want to be that low in life. So
Yeah. I'd be happy if we started at a lower total. Can we? Is that still in frame? Yeah, perfect. And Adrian gets to be on the play or the draw, his choice. I assume, however, that he'll
I
prefer to
assume
be
you
on the
want
play.
me to be on the play, right?
No, I mean, like, if you want to be on the draw, I think that'd really be lovely.
Nah, I'm gonna be on the play.
Okay. I don't think we keep this chat.
Oh, sorry.
I guess if I'm not keeping it, I can just talk about it, right? This is just all
Yeah.
lands and burn or lands and pseudo draw with no way to make it cheap.
Yeah. We also do not keep this. Just like one land. If I traded the Titan of Ministry for one land, I could probably maybe do it. I probably would just go ahead and keep it, but yeah. He's also going to burn my Courier's Briefcase, which would have me play Ob Nixilis, which would put out some stuff and like possibly maybe get up to Luca eventually, because like there's a lot of ability to get there, but the one land just really hurts. So not doing. That's sweet though, having the Courier's Briefcase and the Luca in him.
Yeah. Luca's what, 4 mana?
5 mana.
5 mana?
Yeah. So you just like race and kill me before
Yeah.
I even get it done.
You can only start going off on 4, right?
Yeah, I can. Turn 3. I can do turn 3, like with either Courier's Briefcase and Careful Consideration into Transmogrify. But that's like the nuts.
Yeah.
All right. Much better 6s.
Yeah, I think this is keepable.
I will keep as well. Decide what to put back.
So can we see this, chat? Is this?
Yeah, and this is mine.
I'm gonna send this one back.
I have to keep these. This. I feel like it's really hard. This is like just like a really good opening hand, just any day of the week. Interestingly, I feel like right now it's between these two, but I feel like I am actually going to go ahead and throw this back, even though that could end up costing me the game. So I'm going to throw that back. You good?
Yeah.
All right, begin with Proving Ground and tapped. Go for it.
Sure. Go ahead.
Tap. Draw. I'll take 2.
Sure.
18. And we're going to have the Courier's Briefcase.
Yep.
I'm going to put out the Citizen.
Yes.
Go for it.
Hello, fellow citizen.
So how I do is
Un Ultra Montagna Monastery Swift Spear.
Yeah.
Up for 2.
I'm going to take it. Do I take 2?
Yeah, you take 2.
16.
I think given that he has not blocked, it is worthwhile skewer the critics it post combat.
All right.
Go ahead.
Draw.
I wonder if that's possible, looking at the deck, looking at the deck, like, you know, for every card only costs
14. I'm going to go ahead and put out Fable.
Yeah. That makes bodies.
Yep. Makes 2 of them, supposedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Eventually.
Go for it.
We're going to untap. We're going to draw. We're going to play a land for turn.
Yep.
I don't think we really get to not swing, but if we swing, we just get et, which feels not awesome. Luca's ability targets, right?
Yep. Why do you care?
Well, because if it's part of the cost, if
Yeah.
it says,
Yeah.
which I guess it's a planeswalker, so it can't be,
Yeah,
right? Because
I
the only
was-
cost for planeswalker.
I was being facetious.
Yeah. We'll play Ramanap Ruins.
Yeah.
And I think we just passed the turn.
Wow, just no attacks. Or
Yeah,
anything.
no attacks.
Draw. I'll have this go to 2.
Yep, sure does.
I'm not going to pitch anything. I like it all. It's all beautiful.
Okay. We don't like that, chat.
That's fine. 12.
Sure. See, he's just going to kill himself on his lands.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
even have
I'm just
to.
going to kill myself. Chariot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 2 more hours. Good.
Your end step, I'm going to cycle Sekenzin.
Okay.
Or channel Sekenzin. And I get some spirit tokens. Ooh.
You got the shiny ones, right?
I did get the
Oh,
shiny ones.
nice.
And I think all the shiny tokens now are double-sided, is that right? What are they on the back? They're also spirit tokens on the back. Cool.
Yep.
This one also a spirit token on the back? Yeah. Cool. So, I'll untap. I'll draw for turn. And we'll go to combat.
Yep.
Oh, these don't fly.
No.
I always forget that. In for 4.
In for 4. In for a penny, in for a pound. Got
At least
2 cards.
4.
2 cards in
2
hand.
cards in hand. They're really good ones.
That's what people say, right?
Yeah. Also 2 cards in hand?
Yep. Go to
Okay.
blocks.
Yeah.
Block, block.
Man, that looks like Tony Stark already.
We will stomp the Goblin Shaman,
Okay.
and we'll lose 2 spirits. Is that right? No, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fine.
Okay. Trigger prowess.
Yeah. And then you take
I'll
4.
take 4. I'm at 8.
You can go ahead.
Untap. Draw. You ready? Luca.
Sure. Luca resolves.
Crew Seeka's Chariot.
Sure.
Tick down. Exile Seeka's Chariot.
Response. Red cap.
Oh, you had red cap. Oh. I was like, okay. So I was like, I want to.
That's really good for us, chat.
Yeah.
We like that.
I go 7.
It's very
for-
good for us.
I want to like make it hard because it's like, okay, what card could you possibly have that would essentially do what you just did.
Yeah.
Which was that.
Which is red cap.
Yeah, which is red cap. That was
I
it.
need to sacrifice a land.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Oh, it's that one.
Okay. I think we're still pretty boned. I think I'm still not in a good spot.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been in worse spots.
If you have an untapped mana, solar is probably the best. Yeah.
2.
At me?
Yeah. No, Luca.
Okay, no blocks.
Okay.
Luca goes to 1.
Yeah. Pass.
Got 1 card in hand.
1 card. It's a really good one, though. It's
a really good one.
The card quality of the red deck is just insane. In this matchup, anyway. And this board state. Oh,
Okay, you ready for
yeah.
some,
Let's see it.
I don't know. I have some like stupid ideas.
What do we got, Adrian? Come
Oh,
on.
sorry, these are untapped.
They are untapped. It's true. I mean, you can leave them tapped if you want, but
Yeah.
actually you can't. But
Um, Transmogrify.
stomp it.
No.
It's the one thing I don't have for this
You-
deck is the
you-
on
you-
the
you
adventure.
suck.
I'll put them here. We know that they're on an adventure. They're out to dinner. Oh, boys. The boys out to supper. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, take a pain.
Okay.
Crack.
Yeah.
Go 6.
Yeah.
Going to make that a 2/4.
Sure. Yeah. Honestly, pretty good.
Gonna go up to 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exile. Let's see. Exile top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I can play them as long as I control stuff.
As long as
I control
as long as
Luca.
you control Luca.
Well, I can play a creature as long as I control Luca.
Are any of them?
Planeswalker.
They don't
No.
remember that. Okay. Cool.
No, they are not. Go for it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Chris and Bobo's fighting in there tonight.
It's good.
Yeah. We'll do up 1. We'll add red to our mana pool, and we'll deal 1 damage to up to 1 target player or planeswalker. We'll hit Luca.
It's not looking good for us, guys.
I think that you think you're in a worse spot than you are. I'm gonna swing 2/2s, I guess. 2/3s.
2/3s, yeah.
Yeah, that's good because you got a 2/4 and a 2/2, which makes this kind of free. I mean, Chandra's dead on the crackback if you decide to tap out to attacker, but then you're
You
probably
attacking me?
dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I? Or am I making you make choices? Yeah, I'm attacking you. Yeah, I don't care about Luca on 1. Titan of Industries 6 mana to cast? 7 mana?
Yeah.
Something like that? Big old fatty?
I will block the Swiss Spear, and I'll
Sure.
take 2.
Yeah, put you to 4.
4. Okay.
Can we draw Titan and we're just dead? No?
Transmogrify.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I could theoretically still get there.
I'm gonna copy my Titan. I think you're pretty
Oh
much
yeah, I'm boned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are.
big time.
You are super boned. So while he's scooping, what I can do is I get to put this out. I'm gonna gain 5 life, and then I am going to put out Rhino Warrior. Then I will take a pain and I will copy Titan of Industry, and then I'll gain 5 life. I'll put out Titan Warrior. Basically seals me the game right there. Top draw.
Yeah.
I got there. That was a spicy top draw.
Yeah. I mean, we would also have lost game 1 to basically any transmogrify effect off the top, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a good while there where it was just that you were dead drawing.
Yeah.
And I was playing a line that could win.
Yes. Yeah. Drawing that Chandra also bought you an extra turn because me upticking, then you would have to have burned it off the border. Essentially, did what you did because Luca would have been able to have found the other guy too. So. All right, game 3. Let me go ahead and mark that down because I definitely won that one.
So I was talking to my roommate, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I have a bunch of old Magic cards." I'm like, "Sick, you should get back into Magic." He's like, "I guess I would play Commander." So we're going through his stuff, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you've got like enough stuff. We could probably put something together with Commander here. Why don't you see what you've got?" Oh wait, what is this? It's like Avacyn, Gisela. Like he had Graveborn. He had proxied a bunch of the Entombs and Exhumes, but he
Nice.
still had like the foil Entomb Exhumes out of Graveborn. So I think one in Tomb, one Exhume, whatever. So it's like going through and it's like, oh yeah, you got like, okay, here's your stack of rares that aren't going in this EDH deck. Why don't you just scan them with TCG Player?
Yeah.
And anything that's more than $1, put in this pile and figure out what you got. And he gets done. He's like, okay, not counting the bulk rares, and like I haven't gone through the uncommons to see if there's anything in there, but this is like a $500 binder.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sick! You can make like, yeah, you got a great EDH deck here if you want to work, like trade it in and stuff. It's like, I don't know. That sounds like work. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'll just trade for stuff for you and come back and trade with your binder.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'm doing. And then I actually brought him here to buy a playmat and sleeves and that kind of stuff last night. So it was fun. We spent the whole night going through Magic cards and junk.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah. So all your friends that are like, oh yeah, I used to play Magic. See if they've got stuff, and see if they'll put together a Commander deck or if they want to start playing whatever. Try and get them back into the game. I don't know.
I think probably my best success story like that was just like when I worked at Group Homes, one of the people that watched over the children that worked at Group Home was like, yeah, I just got a bunch of Magic cards. You just have them or whatever. Had like a ton of just like OG fetch lands and stuff like that.
Sure.
So that was like, and this was like around Khans of Tarkir, so they had just been reprinted, but it was still just like awesome to get to see. And then those have just like gone up and up
Yeah.
and up. Assuming you want to be on the play, yes?
I will be on the play. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is a greedy hand, but we're gonna be greedy boys and keep it. Hopefully this works. Oh yeah, you can see that. What we got here, chat. This is the problem, but like we could get there. I think we'll get there.
This is really slow. I feel like I got some stuff I want to see. But with Jesse being on the play, and yeah. This is really nice though. And then these are nice. I'm gonna go and chip it. 'Cause it's just it's a little
Just
slow.
doesn't quite get there.
Yeah, it's a little slow.
So your friend with all the fetch lands, did you end up keeping them like a greedy boy, or did you go, hey buddy, you've got like money here?
He straight up said like, I don't care. I
Okay.
don't want it. So
Nice.
yeah, I totally ended up keeping them and whatnot. They're still in some of my decks today. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, having OG fetch lines is awesome. So yeah, we shipped that first hand. I'll let you know. Like I had like a Dreadbore and I had a Fable and I had Luca, but like Dreadbore being the first thing I did feels a little slow.
Yeah.
Against your deck, especially like since I have six turn 1 cards
Well, and,
that I
like
could possibly draw.
unless you're Dreadboring Chandra, Dreadbore is just probably a mana downgrade,
Yeah,
right? Like you're spending 2 mana to remove 1 mana
yeah.
a lot
I
of the time.
didn't have like turn 3 combo or anything like that, so it's like
Yeah.
it's probably not worth getting. So we'll ship it and hopefully get something better. The only part that sucked is like I did have a path to combo in hand, and that's always hard to get rid of. But
I think it's probably, well, if you've only got 1 against me, that's tough because it can be so tricky.
I think we keep this, and we have an obvious pitch, so we'll do that. All right, I am good.
Cool. We'll play Mountain and Shiny Kumano.
Ouchies, 19.
Kumano.
Am I go?
Yep. Have to take a little bit of the bend out of this guy. Got to stay on top of those foils, chat.
Kumano makes me upset. It's upsetty spaghetti sometimes. Let's put in a Stomping Ground tap. Good.
Untap. Draw. Trigger. Soul Scar's a 2/2.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
Pass the turn.
Makes me wish I had done other things. Well, no, it's a 2/3. That's
2/3. Yeah.
2/3. It's super relevant.
Yeah, it doesn't die to Voltage Surge unless you have a briefcase first.
Stuff. That's for sure. Let's go 17. And let's make you sweat. I'm going to pass turn.
Whew. Never punished, always lucky, chat.
For sure. Gotta draw those lands. Just straight off
That's
the top.
correct,
But
yeah.
you are one land down.
Yeah,
See if,
I don't think it matters that much as this
Yeah.
deck, since he knows what we did. Let's get in there for 4. Actually, before tech. Sorry.
So this only has one counter on it.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know how did I move? I don't know.
Yeah. No worries.
I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. Kumano.
Okay.
Prowess.
Now it's definitely got.
You go to 16,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to combat, and we'll do. Yes. Thank you. We'll do 3/5 damage. Put you to 11.
If
Unless
I
you
wanna.
have effects. If you have effects, maybe you don't go to 11.
You got how many cards left to hand? Oh, so
4.
many.
Enough. Enough is the answer to that question,
Yeah.
Adrian. I have enough
I'm
cards.
gonna go on Voltage Surge.
Yeah, that's fine.
This guy, because it's just such repetitive damage. I don't really feel like taking. This will go through.
Yep.
So I'll take
3 damage.
13.
Go ahead.
Draw. Go to 12. And let's put out the Fable.
Sure.
With the Shaman.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, we continue to be lucky, chat. We will play Eidolon.
Yup.
He enters with a +1/+1 counter. We will go to
That's
combat.
stupid. It's a 2/3.
Yeah.
I'm a 10.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you are.
Go ahead.
Draw and 2. Pitch, draw.
Yeah. Did you draw the same 2 cards, Adrian? Did you draw land Titan? Did you draw Titan and realize you have no more win condition other than value?
No, I don't want this. I don't want these cards nowhere. 8. I just know what you're gonna do too. It's gonna suck.
You do know what I'm going to do. It's true.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. I feel like the way I actually do this is I'm gonna go 7.
Oof.
I'm going to Courier's Briefcase.
Sure.
Produce my citizen, and then I'm going to sacrifice this to Careful Cultivation.
Sure. Trigger.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I take 2 triggers, so I'm at 2. There's no way I'm winning this game.
That's correct, Adrian.
Go ahead.
End of your turn. Play with Fire You.
There you go. Go on.
Untap. Lightning Strike You. Kumano.
I'm already dead. All right.
So I think part of the problem that I have with this deck is that the difference between hands that are insane and hands that just never really go anywhere is so tight. And it's so matchup dependent.
Jesse got that win, so.
So how do you feel about the matchup?
Yeah, I feel like going first is
Everything?
so important. It feels like such a fight to go second with this deck. Like, you have the ability to hold up that extra mana. You even were a mana short, like, at that game, and just being able to put out,
Well,
like,
because I know I'm not in danger until like turn 3, at the very earliest,
Yeah.
and I had a play with fire in my opening hand, and most of your stuff, almost all of your stuff, is play with fireable.
Yeah.
Just knowing that like the rest of the hand is good, I think it's less scary than it should be to keep one land against this deck. Because if you don't go off, you don't do anything.
Yeah,
really.
if I don't go off, I just don't do anything in this matchup. Well, it's like
Seeker's Chariot. Yeah, I
and
mean,
you've already like done your answers.
So I'm a salute for a transformative sideboard, Adrian. Is this a place where we could look at Turbo Titan and go, man, given that there's at least one deck in the format that we know we're going to see, right? Because we're theoretically taking Turbo Titan to like a tournament, and there's always mono red at the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a place where we can have a transformative board and bring in like 6 other decent threats
Well,
that we can
speaking-
just play fairly, right? Because like even just like regular old mid-range Jun feels pretty good into this particular red deck.
Speaking about transformative sideboard, playing against the next deck, I actually do have a transformative thing that I do with the deck. Looking at all the lists I've looked at, I haven't seen anything that that is cards specifically devoted to mono red burn.
Yeah.
I think they just rely on getting the Titan out there, having better draws than I did. Oh, so the draw that I did is when I pitched the Titan in the land, I drew 2 Fables. I was like, it's just not what you want to see.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you just want to see
Good
like
card in the matchup. You don't want to see
Yeah.
3 of them.
yeah, it's just hard. It's not having that combo piece there. This is a combo deck, and so you do rely on drawing the combo. Again, also, I was punished for taking out the Valakut's Awakening, although I feel like with how few turns I got, it was just too... Even taking a turn for Valakut's Awakening, it would just been too slow anyway.
Yeah. It might also feel like the matchup is worse than it actually is because you did have a lot of outs game 1. You were not dead drawing a lot. Like you
Yeah.
still had lines.
Yeah.
For most of that, like up until you died.
Yeah.
Because if you can land Titan with almost any board state that this deck produces, you've won the game.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to switch it up now to a matchup where I don't have too much of a chance, but we're gonna play it out, and then the transformative sideboard is going to help, and we're going to see how well this is doing. Actually, we're doing great on time. It's just now 7 o'clock, so
Well, mono red, those games are going to be relatively quick, even with us discussing
Yeah.
at some length. I'm going to lay out this deck like we did with the first decks chat, and then I'm going to actually have to dip for like 2 minutes, not even, and we'll have to make Adrian fill time on his own while we run to Advantage's Game's lovely one working bathroom. It's just got so many more cards in it.
if you want to, I can talk about
Yeah,
your deck.
that's fine too. Yeah. You could also talk about what you're going to have to do in this matchup to make it work. This deck has a lot of spell lands. Chat. I'm sorry to have to lay it out like this, but I will be back in 20 seconds plus 20 seconds.
Yep. So most people are familiar with blue-eye control. Blue-eye control simply wants to be able to reasonably deal with an early board state and then be able to come back with having spell advantage such as Memory Deluge, Narset, as well as Teferi to be able to draw into cards. Jesse has the spicy one of Sphinx's Revelation for you RTR standard people that love to play that card. It is starting to see some play in the meta decks. Jesse's deck is also the non-Urian version. There's still a lot of debate going on about which deck is best. Both Jesse and I play non-Urian version, Urian version. And yeah, so the other thing that this deck relies on is the Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers is essentially what's going to get you there. If you can ultimate Teferi, you'll be able to start exiling everything from my board, which doesn't allow me to basically be able to win the game. You can start using your manlands, such as Castle Ardenvale, to produce humans to attack with. You can also attack in with Hall of the Storm Giants. You rely on being able to clear the board effectively using things such as Portable Hole, Fateful Absence for spot removal, as well as March of the Otherworldly Light. And then for go wide strategies, or if you are just simply able to wait till turn 4, you're going to go ahead and use Supreme Verdict. Shark Typhoon is an interesting card that is a flyer that allows you to be able to cycle it to produce a shark, or if you are top drawing it and you have just a
shitload of mana.
Lots
So
and
much
lots of
mana.
land, you can go ahead and cast for the enchantment. I personally like to hold on to it to cast for the enchantment, but I know Jesse likes to cycle it if possible.
I'm split on it. I think it's highly matchup dependent. It's probably one of the cards that I'm still trying to figure out in the deck too. But there's a lot of effects here that are tough for Adrian to get past. We've got some instant speed removal. We've got a grip full of counter spells. If he tries to go off quick, we can punish. We've got Wrath effects. Like, I still need Wrath and some other removal spell to, and I guess really just Faded Absence to answer a resolved Titan. But actually, our Hall of the Storm Giants can trade with a Titan.
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable.
So these are definitely the matchups where I'm really grateful to have things like Dreadboard, just easy, Planeswalker removal, and then also Ob Nixilis is just really great against control. If I
Yeah.
can produce a creature, and then I can use that creature for casualty, putting 2 copies of Ob Nixilis on the board means that he's going to have to spend a counter spell and a removal spell to deal with 2 copies of Ob Nixilis. And if he
Or
does-
just accept that I'm taking 2 life,
Yeah.
2 damage a turn.
Yeah, it does-
that's a real option if I can counter one of them and
Yeah.
just be okay taking 2
Yeah.
for 5 turns.
It does start to put you on a clock. It is, again, like the reason why I have in the deck, that it Ob Nixilis punishes mediocre hands and make sure that I have essentially a chance to beat who I control. So what do you think? You think I'm going to be the favored one in this matchup right now?
Depends. Did my for game 1, did my buddies at the tournament tell me that you're on Turbo Titan?
Right.
If I don't know you're on Turbo Titan, I think I'm in a little rougher spot. I do only have the 1 piece of actual instant speed removal.
You have March and you have
Oh, that's true.
Fateful
Yeah.
Absence,
No, you're right. So I've got 2 pieces of instant speed removal.
Yeah.
And March is really good against you because almost always you're 100% of the time you're trying to
Yeah.
transmogrify a token. So
If-
March is just 1 mana remove counter target transmogrify.
If I put out a Courier's Briefcase, you can always Portable Hole the token too, and that just feels really bad as well.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
But anything else, I don't have any reason to believe that portable holding your token is a wise choice. I need to see a card that's like obviously Turbo Titan
Yeah.
to know that portable holding a token is just choice.
Now on the back end, the funny thing is that you can actually deal with my Titan pretty reasonably. You can.
I do need
bounce
2
it.
cards.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can Teferi.
Yeah, he can bounce it, and that's just really bad for me.
I can destroy it with Narset or with Wandering Emperor.
Yes.
You could swing it
Exile,
while I'm at
yeah.
a healthy life total, and I could Narset or
Yeah.
Wandering Emperor. Right, because that's even exile, not destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a number of ways to handle the Titan. It's not over like it is with the red deck if he resolves Titan. I certainly feel like this is a worse matchup for you.
Yeah.
But it's not free for
No.
me.
Yeah, it's not free. I do feel like my sideboard becomes a lot more relevant, which we'll get to when we get to that. Just for the purpose of those who are watching, when I do feel like the situation is hopeless, I will, for the sake of time, go ahead and give it to Jesse if it comes down to that. Although
That's how I play blue-white anyway.
Yeah.
I'm never going to actually demand that you,
Yeah.
I'm never going to ask enough questions that the opponent needs to concede. I'm just
Yeah.
going to wait for them to be out of questions and then give them pointed looks all day.
all right, high roll.
High roll.
All right, rolling a
7.
7.
That is statistically average, chat.
Yeah. And
That is below average, chat.
Going first again. That's helpful. I will go first. I reveal Kahira. There it be.
Okay.
You're like, what, Kahira? What kind of garbage are you playing? This is in the blind. This is reasonably solid. I will.
I feel
keep
similarly. I think this is a bad hand against you, but I think there are a lot of
yeah,
decks
that's
in
right.
the
We are
format that
reviewing-
feel really good with 4 lands, Supreme Verdict, Wandering Emperor, Memory Deluge. You're a little slow, but you've got your pieces there to justify your
Yeah,
slowness.
that Wandering Emperor is going to come up incredibly relevant.
Yeah, a good chance that this game ends up with, oh, he's on that, oh no, and I get to resolve Wandering Emperor into the attacking Titan. But we'll see.
So for me, like this will come in taps. This is what I'm going to be looking for turn 2, turn 3. I'll hold this piece and I'll feel like really good about this piece until I find out that he's dealing with blue-white control, and then that's going to be one of the cards I'm going to attempt to pitch with Valakut's Awakening. So this is definitely a matchup where having this Valakut's Awakening is going to be really, really nice. Okay, happy with what you got?
I'm happy with what I got.
All right, Zia Torres, Proving Ground, go ahead.
All right. I'm like, oh man, he's on Jund. Interesting. Mid-range is not usually the best matchup for control. Pass.
All right. 18. Courier's Briefcase, and you're like...
Now the jig is up. We know what's going on.
Go ahead.
Untap. Courier's Briefcase can make a mana, right?
Yes.
Okay. Glacial Fortress. Pass the turn.
Okay, you ready for the spicy meatball?
I'm ready for the spicy meatball. We going off?
Oh, casualty.
Okay. We'll censor the original copy.
Okay, I will sack Courier's Briefcase to resolve both of them.
Yeah. That's probably... Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to... So
pretty good.
I'm one of the only people I know that do this. I use the art pieces as my copies of my tokens. This one will enter as 1, and this will enter as 4. And I'm going to...
We'll enter as 3, but you'll retain priority.
I'm going to go ahead and go up on this one. So you'll either discard a card, or you'll lose to life.
I will go to 18.
And then I'm going to go up on this one.
I will go to 16.
All right, going to put you on a real clock here. Go for it.
No, 4 damage a turn, not where I want to be.
Ooh, tap lands. That's what I want to see.
Narset.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And then we go down.
All right.
She's only got 1 speed, boys. I will reveal Narset.
Ta-da!
And I will put Narset into my hand, and I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Not really what I want to do. I still that revealed Narset, so I'm just probably going to go ahead and go 5.
14.
You want to keep your cards. Go 3.
Yeah, 12. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's Sphinx's Revelation. You don't know.
Like
I could have a Sphinx's Revelation. My plan could be to Sphinx for $1 billion.
Do need to go ahead and use my Valak as my land source because we're gonna want to possibly play this later on. So this is an interesting piece I always get wrong in Arena. That I'm not going to get wrong here. Like the pitch, and then all of a sudden you can't draw into Narset. You know, like because Arena allows you to.
Yeah.
Arena allows you to pitch. It's like, yeah, pitch all day, folks.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that sucks.
Well, you could even chalice check me and just see if I remember that Narset has a passive ability.
But yeah, and like everyone on Arena is like always like, oops. And I was like, damn.
And you're like, thanks.
Suck.
Yeah.
Sucks to
Boy,
suck.
the economy in that game's terrible.
Go ahead.
Untap. Draw for turn. Go to 1. Oh, they don't go in my hand. I do this. So this is an interesting 4.
Too bad there's not a Wrath for Planeswalkers, right? You're going to have to spend 2 answers.
Yeah. Well, and I've got 2 Fated Retribution in the deck. Like, I don't have or Fateful Absence.
Fateful Absence.
I don't
yeah.
have a good way to answer two
Yeah.
planeswalkers from this early.
And again, like Chad, this is why I have Ob Nixilis in the deck. Is for
feels real bad for me here.
This matchup. A turn 3 2 Obs just feels really good.
Yeah, I think we need to take this card, chat, because
Oh yeah, I get to see it.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
we need to take Absorb
Oh, that's pretty good.
because it gains me 3 life.
Yeah.
And that effectively also says retain a card in hand now,
Yeah.
which is pretty good. And since we revealed that, we'll go ahead and play a Plains, and we will pass the turn.
Ooh, all right. This is an interesting choice. Yeah, I feel like I want to possibly fish you into that. Voltage Surge.
Yeah, that's fine. This should be on 3
Oh, okay.
or 2 already.
Well, no. So
Oh.
the reason why I'm doing this is because this is my
Oh, you're
upkeep.
doing this in your upkeep?
Upkeep, yeah, so that I get to draw my cards, or I'm gonna force you to use that absorb.
Yeah, well, if you can't go off after the absorb, but you could go off after the absorb. Boy, this looks real bad.
Obby boys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Kerpow.
Yeah.
All right, I feel like that's probably the right call.
I don't know what's in your hand. You could be baiting me super hard.
But that's like a really good gambit to make
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like if you feel pressured, you may absorb that. Like
Yeah.
Draw. This is gonna go to 2.
Yep. And are you going to pitch
I'm
one or two
going
cards to draw 1 or 2 cards?
Even though I know you have that that Narsa in hand, I am gonna pitch a Voltage Surge. 1 card to draw a card. Lands.
Oh, you should have done it.
Go up to 6.
Yeah.
You got plenty of cards. You can start discarding. Right?
That's a hell of a
Go up to 4.
We'll take 2. Go to 10.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna go to combat.
Yeah.
2, and I will make a treasure token.
When it hits.
No, when
When it attacks?
swings, yeah.
Oh.
Did you want me to back up?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to 8.
Second main.
Yeah.
Gonna pay to put Kahira in my hand.
Sure.
Good.
End step will cast Wandering Emperor.
Yep.
And she will go down 1 to 2
To produce your
to
dude.
make a dude.
Nice.
Shiny Samurai. And we will untap.
What's the card with draw?
We'll draw.
Yeah,
Oh, alright, so you're not.
but I was able to go infinite and didn't do it, and then he was able to go infinite
Yeah.
and killed me.
You capitalize on your weakness.
I know.
Should have done it. Shit enemies.
Should have done it.
I told you.
Hey, I they kind of pushed you to do it. I was
It's pretty good.
The Obnixilis on 6.
Okay. And we'll go to 3.
Yeah.
Jason will show me mercy. Just be shuffling for 20 minutes to play for
Pass turn.
Untap.
but it's a lot
Draw.
closer. Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's a spicy one. I don't like it, chat.
It's a bit it does that. It's like, yeah, if it's not strong.
Oh, sorry, this flips. That is the relevant.
Guys, everything right now. I felt like Earl was kind of.
Would have killed them to put like 3 mana somewhere on this thing so you could at least remember how much it cost. These flip sagas.
Peters out.
Yeah.
But the problem is nobody likes playing against the really good stacks. I learned my lesson with stacks and not doing that again. Mike Crane made stacks the most miserable experience I've ever
Compelling television, Adrian. What do we got?
I know. We got thinking happening. Lots of thinks.
I'll do the Kibler impersonation. There you go. Kibler does like this because he's a weirdo. Ever tell you about the time I met Brian Kibler?
No.
Nice guy. Seems like it anyway.
So many things. Go to combat.
Yeah.
I will swing this at Wandering Emperor.
I will block with my 3/3.
Okay.
I mean, same. Less than that.
He thought we'd forget we have creatures, chat. We don't forget we have creatures.
Kahira.
Sure. In response,
Sure.
absorb.
Okay.
And I will go to 11.
Tick up. 5.
That's only step.
9. Somewhere on here there's a 9. There it is.
Chariot.
Yeah.
Yes. That is indeed why I did the thing. Of course,
Oh.
the other thing that's going to happen is also going to suck too.
Sure is, bud.
Yeah. The Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go up to 4.
Nobody's gonna see it.
We'll go to 7.
Okay. Good.
It's pretty good. Pretty okay, at least. The Omnixless on 5.
Right now, well, I have.
Okay.
It depends on what.
Goes to 3.
All right.
Sorry, 2.
Spirits and bodies.
Supreme Verdict.
Yep.
Make a samurai. Pass.
Yeah. We got there, folks. Ooh, that's actually also a spicy draw. Okay, you ready for this bullshit?
Yeah, let's do it. Show me what you got, baby.
Let's go down to 2.
5 it is.
No, no.
Oh, down, make
I'm
it double,
taking down.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm making a double.
Oh, we're gonna go off on the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before I, well, okay, a holding priority, I'm going to go ahead and do this effect.
Yeah.
It's exile, so it doesn't hurt you. Okay, so I actually get a flip. This is like the first time this game, so.
That you've actually turbo
I've
tightened.
actually turbo tightened.
and we've hard cast a Titan once, right?
Yeah.
And then we have otherwise not been able to do the turbo Titan thing.
Yeah. So it just show you that there is some resilience in the deck, though. So okay, so we're gonna put a shield on this guy, and then we're also going to put out a 4/4 Rhino Warrior. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go up to 3,
Mm-hmm.
targeting you, or you as the opponent.
We'll go to 5.
Okay, now you ready for this bullshit?
Yeah.
Okay, gonna crew a Seeker's Chariot.
Yeah. Copy the Rhino.
And I'm going to attack you. I'm going to copy Ob Nixilis because it's a token. Oh, I'm also swinging at. Oh, there we go. Got it. I got the scoop. Got there with Obby Boy. Yep.
All right.
You're like, you have enough of that bullshit. So, okay, let me go and reset the scoreboard here while you're. Okay, so I did get there with just like my smattering of bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's talk sideboard choices.
Yeah, so I've got Hullbreaker Horror, which feels superfluous, right? Like, I either have him locked down and I can win with a 2-2, or I don't.
Yeah.
I've Settled the Wreckage, which feels kind of okay, I guess. Probably feels as good as Supreme Verdict, honestly, if not a little better. No, because I can't preempt the Titan with Settle the Wreckage. I don't think it's very good here. I don't know. I've got Farewells on the board, which also don't feel particularly good here. Like, they make him sack his courier's briefcase and his treasure tokens, but I just don't really think I care. What feels amazing is Fateful Absence because it's instant speed removal.
Mm-hmm.
March of the Otherworldly Light because it's instant speed removal. Portable Hole because it's instant speed removal. Aether Gust because it puts Ob Nixilis away. This is instant speed removal for target Ob Nixilis token or counter target Ob Nixilis spell. We can also make him is part of Voltage Surge sacking, or not Voltage Surge. Is part of the it's targeting.
Yeah, target. So you can either counter the spell or get rid of the creature.
The Citizen we can tuck. We can tuck a cat. We can bounce Asika's Chariot. Oh, that feels pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dovin's Veto, obviously insane here. Hits literally everything he's likely to hardcast. So I think those are pretty obvious wants to come in. I find that with this deck, a lot of the time I'm looking to board more cards than I'm looking to take out. And I find also that a lot of the time what I'm looking to take out is Narset and Censor.
So for me, Voltage Surge, like, even though I use it as tech against his Narset, just feels really bad. So it's mainly to deal with like dorks and like really quick creatures, so it's definitely going out. I'm actually going to take out my Titan of Industries because I'm going to put in Void Winnower, which allows, which essentially turns off so many of his spells. It turns off Aether Gust, turns off Dovin's Veto, turns off Fateful Absence, turns off March as an even Censor, turns off all of his Wrath effects. So, like, you have Supreme Verdict, you have what was the Settle the Wreckage, and even if you brought in a Farewell, turns off his Memory Deluge.
Hits almost the whole deck,
yeah.
chat. Almost the whole deck.
Turns off his Wandering Emperor. He basically needs to have a Teferi to bounce it, or it's going to get very bad for him.
Yeah, it is a 9-mana thing to cast.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a separate game plan, right? You're just trying to turbo Void Winnower.
Yeah, so now I'm just trying for a turn 3 9/11. So that you know
11-9, Adrian.
11-9. Sorry.
11-9.
That's dyslexia coming, folks. So
Dysnumeria.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay,
You're a math teacher.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic and it
Oof.
sucks. So, other than that, Red Cap melee, even if I have to sacrifice a land, being able to, at instant speed, deal 4 damage to a Planeswalker is incredibly good. The Fry comes in, can't be countered, also will deal damage to those Planeswalkers. And then, as a spicy meatball, one of Chandra's Awakened Inferno. If Jesse cannot answer it, I'm going to keep on giving Jesse emblems, which will also close out the game. And the emblems deal 1 damage to him on his upkeep.
So for me, I'm one portable hole that I've already shuffled in. Dovin's Veto, 3 Aether Gusts, and these other removal spells.
Okay, I have to say, I'm kind of surprised. It just like totally took game one with the Obnixilos.
Yeah, that's good. We didn't see that at all. We've played both of these matchups a little bit before, and we didn't see this deck ever do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Obnixilos was always a day late and a dollar short to
Yeah.
the party.
yeah. He's only good on turn 3. It feels like a lot of times.
Yeah, well, by like turn 4 or 5, like I'm just doing other stuff, right? I'm like memory deluging and like, okay, fine, great, whatever. I'm Teferrying, drawing an extra card every turn. Like, I've got other stuff going on at that point.
Yeah,
So my theory, chat, by the way, I mentioned I'm always taking out Narset and Censor, almost always. Censor is good enough, and it cycles. And Narset is very powerful card selection that is at a very inopportune time in this format. So in this matchup where like once I'm stabilized, I don't really care about card selection anymore. I just don't think I care about the Narset. And the Censor feels too bad, too quick against any deck that's making extra mana. And the cycling isn't good enough. Likewise, the Shark Typhoon, I'm like, this isn't going to be won by a 3/3 flyer, and if I get to 6 mana and I get to cast something for 6 mana, like
Yeah.
the game's over anyway.
yeah.
So that's why these are coming out. And we'll see how we do.
I just finished Mono Blue Spirits, by the way. So I got
That deck's sick.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think I prefer it to the blue-white version too.
Yeah. On playing Pioneer, it's rated higher. It's in the tier A.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and
It's a little more consistent.
yeah, and
I think it's better against the aggro decks in the
Yeah.
format because it gets to play Ascendant Spirit.
right now, like Mono Blue Spirits is just like eats Mono Green alive,
Right.
and is actually what's also holding Mono Green back, but it gets eaten.
The Angels
by-
deck also does pretty well against Mono Green. I
Yeah.
feel like those two decks are both pretty real, and they're not individually huge portions of the metagame. I don't know. Mono Blue is probably Ascendant at this point. But
Yeah. All right. I do not reveal Kihira. It went away.
So you play Arena some. Do you mess with the Arena?
See me
You
want
go
to
to
go first?
Explorer? Yeah, I'll go first.
Very energized.
Yeah, I have Turbo Titan built, which is why I've been playing this on. Just love it.
It helps me not be so klutzy.
I also have like Phoenix and
I say that as like we're
Blue White Control is really, really good. Mono Red Burn is probably the best right now on Explorer.
It's like almost exactly list card for card the same list, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much.
Blue White, I feel like also has most of its tools. No, it doesn't have
Doesn't have Supreme
Supreme
Verdict.
Verdict. Yeah, that's a big problem
Leave it the Carmax down there.
so far as they go.
All right, what you got for me?
I got a keepable hand.
All right, and we get to keep it to
See,
ourselves.
chat, this is pretty keepable.
I think I'm gonna go and keep this. This is what I'm working with, so you can kind of like see that. Cool. All right, see what you got. Me. All right.
Island Go, the most powerful turn 1 play in
Go for
Magic.
it.
That's supposed to be a trap?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take 2, because it takes 2, baby, to make a dream come true. Briefcase.
I would like you to put that on the top or bottom of your library.
Oh,
Understanding about
Um,
and they bought a whole bunch
that's
of
an interesting
things,
choice.
There's an argument to be made that I don't do that there, and I like let you play it
Yeah.
and then target the token with the Aether Gust because I
It
can
i-
do that. But
It is a mana ramp. I'm actually gonna put
Yeah.
it at the bottom. Go for it.
well, and if you like redraw it, I've time walked you.
Yeah.
really need to pay attention to conversion this time.
Maybe not quite, but like I'm as close to time walking you as I'm going to do in Pioneer. Go ahead.
So, draw.
Some of these lists are actually running a little bit of Azorius Charm. I think the more I play it, the more I like that choice.
And they 13, matron 14
Fable?
on
No,
Okay.
23.
Yeah, 23. I have.
independent.
I got this.
Check this out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The rule is I make them from
There you go.
scratch.
All
They're
right.
not allowed to break them.
Untap.
Go for it.
As
Yep.
long as
Draw.
they follow that rule and Anything illegal, they're good.
Pass turn.
Anything else, have at.
This is just the game where I just don't stick anything, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. 60.
We might let you stick this next thing for fun.
For funsies?
Yeah.
Fable?
No.
No?
No, because I can
Veto.
answer that card 1 for 1 right now and 2 for 1 right later.
Yeah.
So
I
now
even
we're-
shocked this into play just so I could like get around
Present
the censor.
something?
Although I think you took the censors.
I
out,
did, but you
wouldn't-
don't necessarily know
I don't
that, yeah.
necessarily know. Good.
That's the other thing about censor, about taking censor out game 2, is that you still make them play around the idea that you have censor. Go ahead.
Ah.
This is less good for you than you think it is, Adrian.
Okay. Obnoxious. Or, yeah, the adversary.
I agree.
Yes.
Sweet. Hold priority.
Sure.
Yeah.
Didn't know I was going to make it stick. Gosh, what do I even do?
Luckily, by being the nerd that I
Gonna make a
am,
double.
my child is also becoming a nerd. They dress up as a mascot for the anime convention that I work for. And they're friends with cosplay.
Fate collapses.
Okay.
Like they
Got me a
Enters the
double.
battlefield.
seem to be influenced
Yep.
by the kids that are like,
Got me a
let's be
double.
sexy and
Yeah.
sexy TikToks. 'Cause there's one of those girls.
Put that on top. Go ahead.
They're Girl Scout troop.
Oh, you get a clue. Sir.
Oh, that's right.
I don't.
I have
Oh,
clues for you,
that,
sir.
that might change things. I'm actually going
I've
to
got a clue for you, sir.
pay 2 life to possibly activate.
But
Go
I
ahead.
think that's they're more adventure than like, trying to grow up.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
What I've like
pass turn.
instilling because
Ooh, he says. Ooh.
Sack clue.
Yeah.
Draw card.
A local artist does these for the shop. Advantage Games has some cool custom tokens. I don't know if you can buy them if you're not local to Colorado. But I will ask about it if anybody is curious. Although I assume, frankly, on their first stream that everybody watching is local to Colorado.
Ob with casualty.
Sure.
When it sacks to deal damage to you.
I wasn't planning on 21.
Yeah.
I honestly thought I could get
I go to 21.
I'm just gonna keep
22.
the.
Sorry.
Just gonna keep them around. Am I gonna get there with shit?
I mean,
Holy crap!
husband at the time.
I don't know about that, my guy, but you're gonna get to resolve it. How's that?
That's awesome.
Ready to get
I feel good about life.
Good. I'm glad that you like it.
Gosh, I don't even know what to do.
I'm like, my
I'm resolving all sorts of spells I didn't think I was just gonna resolve. Take up.
Sure. 20.
But I love my
What do you care, right?
Yeah.
Take up.
18.
Let's see. I haven't put a land in, so we're gonna put that land in top. And then I'm gonna say go. Before. No.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do get to retain priority.
I do. I am.
No, I
going-
get to retain priority.
No. I get to retain priority.
I don't believe that's correct.
We can call a judge because, like, right now, like, you cannot activate it until I get to do stuff.
I do not believe that is correct.
It is
because,
correct. It is the way it happens on Arena.
It
It just sucks.
doesn't anymore.
It just sucks. Here, we got.
Judge?
Jesse, you can come judge something, right? Okay.
When I play Wandering Emperor on his turn, when it enters the battlefield, do I have priority or does he?
I believe you can hold priority when you play Planeswalkers. Okay, we'll play it that way. Because on Arena,
I'll also just Google it.
yeah, on Arena, I'm never able to. Yeah, I'm never able to take down. Like they always like are able to do destroy effects.
It might be different.
like I'm a terrible human being, but I get
Because it's not your turn.
Yeah, because it's not your turn.
But it's for the same reason. One of my friends thought that I love my neighbor Totoro.
This is a common enough Magic card that.
Totoro.
No, that's okay. That may well be the correct answer.
And he was
Yeah, I just know it sucks because like on Arena, I'll cast Wandering Emperor all the time, and it will die before I can do anything to it.
attached to the fake. But yeah, I haven't read it either. I watched the movie once.
Sort of situation. Dolores.
Yeah.
I I don't remember if it was good or bad, but I remember
Now
watching
Wobbles
it.
just like fine.
I was in
Darcy.
at least 2 decades.
There was, I mean, the closest I can come is play a week. This is so long ago.
Alex.
I'm seeing a lot of you. After you cast a spell, you retain priority.
Is that on your own turn, though?
It's in reference to the Wandering Emperor and priority.
Okay. We'll go ahead and play like that.
Okay.
We all get to keep our nerd membership card.
I'm going to go down
Check off every box.
and make a 2/2.
Okay.
Otherwise, we would never have a life. Because if we had to check off every box, there's
And I will go ahead and kill that. And I
And
will
sack
need to
a land.
sacrifice a land. Going to go ahead and get rid of this one.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, Gabby was telling me like the wall.
Combat.
Yeah.
It's like my kind of person.
Kerpow. It goes the way. Ugh. Okay.
Go ahead.
Doesn't feel good now.
It doesn't feel great to be me either. I mean, you get to untap with 5 mana, but you only got 2 cards in hand, so 3 cards in hand. So like, we can be pretty sure you can't go off, or you would have done that instead of play Obnixilus, probably even.
Crack draw.
Okay, we feel pretty good now, chat.
Treadboard.
Yeah.
We're playing the game.
So I'll tap this right. Good.
Pass turn.
Hiya!
How people play is very challenging. And so like, people that well, it's like, I do very much. And I'm sure enjoying the everyone Oh yeah.
Luca.
No.
Okay. Here,
21.
21. Good.
Definitely not. No, and I was at their house, Fourth of July weekend.
Go ahead.
Huh.
This is the boring part of blue-white. We don't
Luca.
have enough. We don't have mana to jam a win condition. Sure.
Okay.
We only have one option here.
Yeah, I know. Good.
You're just gonna pass with 5 loyalty on the guy?
I guess. Like, I'm at 6.
You can only play
so-
creatures. Yeah, it's probably not actually good, huh?
So I mean, like, as long as I can control Luca, so it's kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave him as is. Good. If I draw another land, I might plus just because I can actually like hard. Oh no, wait, I can't because I don't have. I need 9 mana now. So yeah, I definitely don't want to take up.
Yeah. We'll pass turn.
Huh.
And my meta who was also there. And I'm just like, so I came in with it because I didn't know.
Good.
How many cookies do we? Right. So I was like, I don't know how many.
Go ahead.
Of course, I'll do a snickerdoodle and a peanut butter cookie and a couple chocolate cookies. So I came in with
Good.
a board, like of the taller one.
Go ahead.
Filled with
Cycle Sokenzan.
Sure.
Or channel Kazan Sokenzan.
Yeah, you make 1/1s. I will respond to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Fateful absence, Luca.
Okay. I'll go and crack the clue.
Sure.
Draw a card. Okay. Here
Now
we
it
go.
is your untap step?
No, no. You said you're responding to the Sokenzan.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Were you doing it at my end step? Is my
Yeah,
question.
I was doing it to your end step.
Yeah, so now it is your
now
untap
it's my
step?
turn. Yeah.
Yes.
Untap. Upkeep. And then draw.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving. That's why I like doing cookie dates because then you take out part of it, you build it into the event, okay, all I gotta do is bring the units that I agreed to bring. And then you get to do it together. And you're spending time together, and so it doesn't feel like so much of an investment.
So many
It's
choices.
an activity instead of a thing I must do.
How many of them are good though, Adrian?
All of them.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Combat.
Yeah,
2.
19.
She's not like super nice. That's what she's saying.
Yep.
Second main.
Yeah.
But accept it.
Transmogrify.
Dovin's veto.
Okay. Good.
And also the balance in the world. Like, for every person that's
Okay.
supposed to be on time, there's somebody who's
Go ahead.
It's a relative
Oh shit.
thing.
I totally put that in the wrong place.
And
A judge?
Careful cultivation.
Yeah.
there's always a reason why they are the way they are. Why
Monk.
Yeah.
Untap.
Yeah.
You got lots of cards in hand.
3.
3. They good?
They're pretty spicy cards. I'm like okay with them.
Tap mana. Colors of your choice.
All black.
Okay. Well, I mean, within shock the play.
try
Okay.
to remember to stay calm, which is why I have a smiley face.
Cast Void Winowner.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Yes. Void Winnower will resolve.
Okay. That's me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There's a joke.
Here comes Teferi.
Dangerous rabbit hole.
Although Teferi right now isn't like an instant win.
Doesn't feel bad though.
There's a lot of good.
Go ahead.
Huh. Draw.
Yes.
Combat.
Yes.
Between each other and how much we
Let's
share, like,
swing
so
12.
Like micromanage, or just not give up control of the knife, or like.
I'll go to 5.
It's,
Spicy.
Again, similar to Void,
Um,
like how it's gonna be. 'Cause, like,
Go ahead.
I will play Sphinx's Revelation for 4. I will gain 4, draw 4.
Okay, yeah, because it's 7.
Right.
Okay.
They don't win. They're very happy.
Cheeky, cheeky.
Haha.
I'm the person that
Dig
tries
for
to
Teferi.
enjoy the game, whereas somebody else is like, I'm enjoying the strategy of figuring out how to beat this person.
Yeah.
Void Winowner is good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, really the problem was that I was at 4 mana for 6 turns.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's not a bad magic card.
Oh, and it's good. I like it's fun. That's why the pursuit of happiness is one of my favorite games. Is because I get to try out different strategies and see
I don't think
Go for it. Nope,
I have
you can
any
try it.
play.
I have been playing that game for
That's maybe not true.
I think nobody's used it. And it's
Oh, cycle irrigated farmland.
Yep. Do you have that
gonna
play?
go and Amber will get she's like, don't
Um,
tell me behind. By the way, that was
Okay, I guess let's craft the nut straw.
Okay, so I am 2-0, which I'll be honest, I did not expect because like we
I
played this
didn't
matchup
either.
before, and
Yeah.
I've been 0-2.
I think
So-
you were like 05, maybe.
Yeah,
Like, it was not good.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. So we're going to unsideboard. We're going to keep our just like
Okay.
our regular things. What Jesse's going to do is because he is 0-2, is he's actually going to craft whatever hand he wants. And he is going to attempt to beat the pre-board list with whatever he wants to pull.
I like this because it was a name I earned from my friends and they gave it to me versus my mother just picking a name that would appease her mother-in-law better than her sister's name that was a little bit
Let's see. Let's see.
While we're on
What do we
sideboarding,
have?
I love the Jund version. I think Obnixilis is really powerful, and this list allows you to be able to deal with control lists and things like that. Puts a lot of interesting early turn pressure on them. I also run. I'm running 4 Transmogrify and I'm running 3 Luca. I noticed like a lot of, especially red-green lists, have cut down to 2 Luca, and they're kind of banking a little bit more on Chandra Torch of Defiance, which I think is okay. But I love the Jund list. I love being able to have answers such as Dreadbore in here. I love Obnixilis, as you can see, for the reason that it just simply helps out with the control matchup.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Alright. So we're back to having our Narsets and our Sensors and our Shark Typhoons, which
Yep.
feel mediocre, but not terrible. I feel really good if I get to craft my hand, though.
Yeah, you should. You're just gonna not get stuck on land. Well, hopefully that's also the risk too. Is you only get craft your open in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's it just kind of like adds that spice to it. That if what would happen essentially if you had the nut draw? Could either deck beat either other one? Like if they had like the perfect hand.
I think we probably want 3 lands.
Yeah.
And these are our best 3 lands, if we're just gonna not know exactly what we draw. Yeah. No, I guess there's a world, no, because there's no world in which you don't play the irrigated farmland, and then drawing the hallowed fountain later is marginally better.
Yeah. What happens if I totally destroy this land? Just turn 1.
Sinkhole it?
Yeah. Straight up.
I call a judge.
Okay, cool. So,
Judge! Opponent is playing cards which are not legal in the format.
Only Jesse, since Jesse's 0-2, he's only going to be the person that crafts the perfect hand. I'm going to be totally just randomly, hopefully drawing an awesome hand. I will say that my second hand was really good. Having those early turn plays was really good and is what applied that pressure in that game. And then Jesse getting stuck only on 4 lands and not drawing any land also like really created a lot of negative pressure against him.
I need a screen for chat.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what I need to set up is I need to like do like another USB and just like do like a little small
A little screen. Yeah, they make portable screens that run on USB-C.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's probably not the cheapest answer, but it's probably the most versatile one, like
Yeah.
in that you might ever want to use it again.
Yeah.
Outside of this context.
But yeah, I was feeling kind of bad. Also, like if you want to, like totally, if you want to like run the deck, we can like switch seats and stuff like
Oh,
that.
it's okay.
Yeah.
This is the deck I want to play. Like this is
Yeah.
what I want to play.
Yeah.
Maybe on Maze's End.
Yeah.
Maybe on Maze's End. If we've got like an aggro and a mid-range deck, you'll play the mid-range, and I'll
For
play
sure.
Maze's End.
I'm thinking because we know a deck we're gonna run next time. It's gonna be Maze's End. Gonna run gates and things like that. I'm thinking Rakdos midrange is our choice, possibly, or Mono Blue Spirits. I know that there was kind of like a vote in there, so
Yeah, we just put it out there. Like, what two decks do you want to see?
yeah, we could just straight up do
Yeah.
2 decks too.
Or we
like-
could pick like we could do aggro and mid-range and control. Make
Yeah.
2 polls,
Oh, okay, yeah. So like it went,
Yeah.
and we decide like on the decks. I like that.
just so that we don't end up seeing 2 mid-range seems fine, but I
Yeah.
don't want to see aggro or control.
yeah. All right, so what hand did you choose and why?
I chose Irrigated Farmland because I think it's our best turn 1 land, into Double Glacial Fortress, into Dovin's Veto, Fateful Absence, Wandering Emperor, and March of Otherworldly Light. I've just got enough ways to interact with you early.
Yep.
And I've got Wandering Emperor, which feels like the best card if I end up having to burn Dovin's Veto before you get to play Obnixilis.
That's going to be really good against a...
Obnixilis?
Well, not only...
No, because it won't hit the
Yeah,
token.
this is going to feel good against tokens. You only need to spend 1 mana.
It doesn't hit Planeswalkers.
No, so my tokens.
Oh,
My
yeah,
tokens,
just any
it
tokens.
feels-
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to feel good against tokens.
Right.
Stuff like that.
And then the Fateful Absence can either go
Yeah.
Obnixilis or
Yeah.
board, depending on what the situation is.
I'm going to have to draw into doubles of stuff. Like, or else I'm just
I
pretty
still
much...
think just having Obnixilis puts you in a pretty decent spot, my guy. Yeah.
Well, so what will happen is you're going to put down Irrigated Farmland. I can't put out a token until turn 2. You'll march the token. And then even if
You
I do
untap
put
and do Singleton Obnix, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I don't think you need to Obnix on 3 there, though. I think you get to hold it.
Yeah,
And then even if I just have to spend 2 cards to answer Obnixilis,
yeah.
it's bad. It's what we call not good.
Well, I can't. I'll just show you. I can't have that.
Oh, yeah, no.
With 2 Titans, so we're going to ship that. I also need to flip this guy.
I know those games.
Magic has become very interesting with all these dual face cards that have like really started to change like the format, makes things a lot cleaner. Yeah, it just makes variance kind of like a lot
Yeah,
smaller.
it helps minimize it a little bit. So far, all the DFC land and spells, I don't like in any of the decks I play.
Interesting.
I don't like Jawari Refuge. I'd rather just be able to cycle.
Yeah.
And maybe that's wrong, right? Because I've had hands where Censor I'm really just cycling to try and
Abba's
look for a
really good.
land.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
All right. 6 has been my magic 1, so we'll see what happens. Pseudo 7.
My complaint with Spikefield Hazard. So, for some context, chat, I own the blue-white deck and the red deck. Adrian has many, many Magic Gathering Pioneer decks. I have those too, which just so happens
like-
to be the ones that we were playing against Turbo Titan today.
This isn't the best, but we're gonna try.
Cool.
And I have to put.
Oh, right.
I want to put that one back, but I feel like I'm gonna have to put that one back.
All right. Let's see if we can't also tilt Adrian lands in front of spells.
Good.
Pardon me while I correct the dice.
Good times.
Tap. Draw. Glacial Fortress. It's a pretty good draw, chat. We like that one. Go ahead.
Confluence. Good.
Go ahead.
Circle or channel careful.
I do not get to interact with that spell.
No, but knowing what you have, you can interact with it before I untap if you want to.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, I should do in your upkeep because I know about Obnixilis. Yeah. We'll
So
interact
on my
with
upkeep?
it. Yeah, we'll interact with it in your upkeep.
Okay.
March.
Okay.
Something was revealed. Like I was saying, oh, something else is
All right.
revealed, and they'll
Draw.
halfway through, and then go to the other thing. No, finish that. This person over here. We're gonna go over here. And they're gonna do the thing. We're all gonna
Good.
take the thing, and nobody's gonna do all the things.
What do you care, right?
Go ahead.
Take a pain. Valak's Awakening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have one.
Oh, is it? This is a spell? We're
Yes.
not taking a pain as an enter. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many +1. Is it my end step?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll resolve.
We need to get there, so I'm gonna assume I'm gonna draw that. So I'm gonna put these 3 on the bottom. Gonna keep just that, and I'm gonna draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, okay. Begin turn. Draw.
But yeah, it's just,
Haunted Bridge comes out. Courier's Briefcase. No.
Veto. No, says Dovin. No, you will not.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Eventually, you're going to run out of
I'm gonna go to 18.
Oh,
Sorry.
nice. Get there somehow, right?
Gotta start making 1/1s. Gotta do it, chat.
Yeah. If I don't keep on pressuring you, I'll keep my 2 pain lands up.
We will say no to this.
Ah.
Like gained instant boost.
Let's see, I haven't laid a land yet.
I don't believe I've missed one.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the.
you're on the draw.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I got.
Pass the turn. Is it working, Adrian?
How many cards you got left?
3. It's like the same number as you. Sure, it's stupid. You're not wrong, bud.
Yeah. Put this in hand. Make your 1/1.
Yeah, 1/1. Okay, I can't actually do it. I'm not. I can't. Untap.
Yeah.
Draw.
Yeah.
Land for turn.
Yeah.
Won ya.
With a spirit?
What's it? It's a 1/1 white human. I just don't have the human token,
Okay.
Adrian.
Fine.
Thanks.
18.
Go ahead.
My go?
Yeah.
You gotta be out of counter
I'll
spells.
go up to the counter and buy some human tokens if it matters that much to you, Adrian.
You gotta be out of counter spells by now, right?
Plausibly.
Possibly, yeah. Let's see. Green. Kahira.
Resolves.
Sweet. 16.
Sure.
Got those sensors though.
It just gives you like vigilance and stuff. No.
Transmogrify?
Response.
Yeah. Fateful Absence it?
Yeah.
Let's see, this actually goes grave. And oh, that's right. I'll need you to give me a clue.
Oh, yep.
Oh, sorry. I also take 2 pain, so 14. Go for it.
She writes it into the computer and then she'll label each card something small.
We're gonna scry.
Okay.
And it'll have a pointed reference.
We'll put those on the bottom.
Yeah. We're feeling pretty controlled right now. So
We'll see. I really only need to miss like 1 time, right?
that's right. Yeah. 13.
Anybody that needs brailled cards or brailled games,
Go ahead.
send them to me for a fee. Give them another, just read them, braille them, send them the PDF of everything, let you take a break.
11.
Simple meeting, and then send the game back to whoever it is that ordered it. And then
10.
I realized I really do a lot of things, but maybe one day I'll do that.
Titan. With the sensor mana open.
Right.
Yeah, Titan's fine.
Yes, get there. All right. Gonna make the 4/4 and the shield on
Sure.
Titan.
That, I'm stretching myself.
Go for it.
So, for the anime convention that I work for, I stepped down as the communications director of
Scry 2.
which is something I get to do.
Bottoms.
You don't want those?
No.
Okay.
Which I love doing it, but it's just too much.
Oh, that's sick. We love that one.
Can't keep going down. They were sending me
Attack you for 1.
Central and
Okay.
animated run is gone. Walking out in Comic-Con, Nashville, all the cherry blossom
Actually, we should
festivals,
tap these.
all the different things as outreach goes.
These 2.
Networks, build relationships, all these things.
Go ahead.
right.
It's exciting,
Draw.
it's wonderful, and it helps.
Combat.
Yeah.
I'm really good at
Hiya.
which is
Exile it.
talking about.
Exile it. That's not very friendly.
No.
You gain 2 life.
I do gain 2 life. Thank you, Adrian. I forget these. It used to be back in my day. Planeswalkers only did one thing on their activation. You had to do it on your turn, Adrian.
Crack the clue.
Sure.
Land for turn.
Sure.
Good.
Untap. Draw. Make dude.
Yup. On
Plus.
my turn. Ah, yeah,
Yeah, kind of.
Plus.
yeah.
Go.
Channel.
Yes. Oh.
Transmogrify.
No.
No.
May I see your graveyard in exile, sir?
What?
May I see your graveyard, sir?
Okay.
And you have a Titan of Industry in exile.
Yeah.
So he's got 1 Transmogrify in here, which means he should have roughly 6 more ways to make that that search happen. He can also just hardcast Titans now.
Go 9. I will crack that clue to draw.
Sure, yeah. The clue I forgot to give you again.
Yeah. Land for turn. Good. This is a real clock right here.
Oh, yeah. We'll make a samurai, though. No, yeah, we'll make a samurai. Oh, get in for 2.
7.
We'll pass the turn.
Got cards in hand.
We do. 2 cards in hand, Adrian.
I got so many land. Briefcase. It's reasonable.
I look for take 1. Take 2. Briefcase will resolve.
Get me a citizen.
Sure. You have an citizen. Such a sick token, too. The new Capenna art is so good. So good.
Luca.
Luca resolves.
Shit. Come on. Target. No. No.
Luca's at 3.
Good.
Untap. Draw. Land for turn.
Yep.
Up. Up.
That's so spicy.
Ooh, you ain't seen spicy yet. Combat.
Yeah.
You. Is this right? Hold on. 3, 5. Yes. Luca, you.
So I'll take 2, go to 5.
And Luca
then
will be dead.
die.
And you were out of cards in hand?
I'm out of cards.
I'll play Teferi.
Yep.
But it was just people pleasing, so it was all well and good to a point that
And I will up
There's a
Teferi.
correct play, and that was not it.
just give in to whatever else.
What, me?
Yeah. We'll talk about it afterwards. I doubt
Okay.
it'll make a difference.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it matters at all.
Okay.
And then we'll make Narset.
Okay.
Down
Oh,
Narset.
that's gonna be game then.
I'll show you Absorb
Yeah.
and untap 2 lands and pass the turn with 3 mana up.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, absorb.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, if you didn't have Narset, I actually had the ability, like, for the first time ever, to go like white, blue, black, red, green, and draw 3 cards. So like, if you only had Teferi, like, definitely would have bouncing the courier would have been there, because like I could have drawn 3
You could have
cards.
drawn 3 cards
Yeah, I
and
could
shown
draw
me some threat. I don't think that you have anything that ends the game there.
Probably not.
And I think I have such a
Yeah.
dominant board position at that point that I'm happy to do whatever's the lowest risk.
Yeah.
And giving you back a thing and letting you draw into one of 5 or 6 more, like, tricks is probably not the move when I don't have a removal spell. But
Yeah.
I think either way, I think you're in such a strong position there that it's hard to know.
Man, I was drawing like things that you had to answer over and
Oh
over
yeah,
and over.
and we just managed to get there. Like, yeah.
So that made me feel really good about this matchup. In the end, being able to
Yeah,
like have,
this is way better than the first time we played this.
yeah.
So I think it's better than either of us thought it was.
Yeah.
Significantly better for you.
So let's just talk about, before we wrap up, the viability of Turbo Titan altogether. What do you think is kind of like the viability, like in, as the opponent, especially playing against Mono Red Burn, or you play Mono Red Burn against this, and
think
also playing Blue White Control?
Your
against
matchup
this?
against Burn and Blue White aren't terrible. I thought they were both pretty bad, but I think they're better than we thought that they were.
Yeah.
I think you had, and it could be that today's the day where I'm drawing badly, or keeping bad hands, and that previously it was you.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the matchup against Burn's terrible. I mean, you're playing a Seeker's Chariot, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's a really good card against the mono red deck. I hesitate to call it Burn. It's the really good card against the Ramonette red deck. You have Fable, which is a 2-for-1 question against the blue-white deck. You have Obnixilis, which says like you can never let me have a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the deck's not terribly positioned. I'd like to see it before I was like, oh, maybe this is actually like a real tier 1 deck. I'd want to see like the Spirits matchup and the Mono Green Devotion matchup.
Yeah.
Because I could see Spirits feeling really bad for you because you're less interactive with Spirits than you are with Red.
I feel like, yeah, and the Spirits, for sure, like them being able, especially white-blue Spirits, them being able to just eat.
Either one of them has more interaction with you,
Yeah.
and you have less interaction with them. Because part of the reason your matchup against Red wasn't terrible is you were able to use your dudes to just dirtle, like your little dorks and dinks that you're sacrificing
Yeah.
to your search effects.
I feel like my sideboard is where I really want to shine against blue-eyed spirits or angels, things like that. Having the Gruul Charms, which I recommend
Card is
as
sick.
like in everybody's sideboard that plays red and green, because Gruul Charm is just really good.
Yeah.
The Fries, obviously, and then Chandra, the Awakened Inferno, can't be countered, and like if they don't have like a whole bunch of Lords or whatnot, being able to nego 3 and just like wipe their board is also incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Main deck, having the Obnixilis is just really
So good against me.
Really
So
good. It's such a like, wait, what are you doing on turn 3? Like being able to cast 2 of them is just always such a powerful thing. Having the Seeker's Chariot obviously like gives you like a really, really big threats that you can transmogrify. Then the Fable, counting as 2 creatures, is definitely a card that you're wanting to stick so that you can hopefully transmogrify it and get the other things. But as you can see, a lot of those matchups were won without a Titan at all. It was
Yeah.
just like having just like a really cool board presence. So
I think all of the game that you picked up against Red, you won because you got to eventually Titan. But frankly, you could have hardcast that Titan.
yeah,
Which is part of why I'm wondering, like, maybe the move is just play more Jund.
yeah,
Just be more Jund.
Yeah.
Stop with the tricks. It's cute, but you're playing 8 of this card, right? Cards like this that basically say do nothing, make a 1/1 to get away with your gimmick. And you're playing Lucas and Transmogrifies, right? Like, may I?
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people are like, well, they do red green, and they also run Torch of Defiance too, so that they can kind of like do other things.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I have one partner, I don't know if one today.
it's actually kind of good.
I know
It's really good. It's a sick Magic card. I'm just like, how much of this is the... Like, I think this is fine to play even if you're not on the Titan plan.
Almost every red deck plays this. And
Yeah, it's
'cause
just like
such a
fine.
crazy
Like, well,
Magic
because
card.
you're playing Jund, right? And
Yeah.
like anymore, so many Magic cards now are dudes that cast a spell when you cast them.
Yeah.
The Asika's Chariot we keep. Is that really like all that? Are you playing?
Well, these also. So yes, I know you're concentrating on these as being kind of like the way that you get to Turbo Titan, but these also produce the guy for Obnixos and also represents a turn 3 chariot, which like when
true.
Winota came out, Winota's backup plan was a turn 3 chariot.
Yeah, I mean,
One of them's like.
here's my point though, right? These could be Arboreal Grazers. They're not a dude for Obnixilus.
They can't be Arboreal Gracers because you transmogrify into them.
Right, but if you're taking that kit out, right? You're taking out these. I mean, grant that it's no longer the same deck, right?
Right,
Not
it's
even
just-
close
it's just
to the
Jund
same deck.
mid-range then.
But like,
Yeah.
I think there's a Jund mid-range deck, and I think we're not seeing a lot of it.
And I'm proving myself with that.
And maybe that's just my perception being wrong. And I think you even get to play Titan of Industry in Jund mid-range. I think you play like one of.
The other partner,
Because it does just win the game against a lot of things.
Yeah.
But you can make these Arboreal Grazers. You can make these Sylvan Caryatids. Now we have to ask the question why we're not just playing mono green, though, right? Like if we've
Yeah.
got that much
Yeah.
that many cards in common with mono green.
You probably, if you're wanting to change this into Jund, you're probably wanting to play Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
You're probably there's the
How many Dread
drop-
Bros are you on?
I'm on 3.
Okay. So you could play like another Dread Boar and 2 Murders or something.
Well,
mom, and I can tell that
you would probably over Murder you would play
Abrupt Decay.
Abrupt Decay or things
Yeah.
like that.
And then these probably don't be that. I don't know. But now you've kind of got no like meat. You've got no meat in your mid range. You've just got a Seeker's Chariot to try and get there with, which
Yeah.
I guess is not great. Yeah. I think it's viable. I mean, and it's easy to lose sight of this fact, right? Like decks that aren't tier 1 are still a lot of the time capable of top 8ing a tournament.
Yep.
You're just down like 10% of games overall. It makes it a lot harder to over 10 matches, 8 matches, whatever it is,
Yeah.
be X2.
Yeah. And that's also why we're seeing stuff like Turbo Titan 5.0, like
Right.
on Arena. Although it is the
Yeah.
red-green version, I would love to see more Jund if you guys want to play that, because I do think Jund is better than the red-green version. But the red-green version does have a lot of good stuff to go with it too.
Yeah. What's the argument for the red-green version? Is you're not playing Obnixilus, you're not playing Dreadbore. Those are the only black cards in the deck.
Yeah, you're not playing those cards. You're playing Chandra Torch of Defiance, which is its own win condition.
It's a good Magic card.
Yeah, it's a great Magic card. I think if anything, like the sideboard could dedicate to Torch of Defiance slots to this. But I just think that Obnixilus and Dreadbore are just so good against like what we're seeing in a lot of the format. However, if they can present more threats than you, then like those cards are just too slow.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think, chat? How many people are with us?
We got 3 right now.
Oh, hey,
But
that's
I'll-
like not bad.
Yeah, but I will. I'll leave it to kind of like you guys as kind of like your homework for the night. If you were to take this version of Jund's Turbo Titan, which I do have the deck list on my website, explorepioneer.com, if you were to take the package out and you were to take the rest of it, minus the Careful Cultivation, the Curious Briefcase, and the Titans, and you were to add slots in there to make a Jund deck, what would you do? What would you, if you were to take out the Turbo Titan package and you just want to make a Jund instead, using all the rest of the cards, what would be your selections and things like that? You can feel free to post it to my Twitter at Explore Pioneer, or you can post it to Facebook, again, Explore Pioneer, or you can even shoot me a message on my website, and also on Reddit, Explore Pioneer. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be running Turbo Titan Jund in the tournament that we have at Advantage Games, 6:30 every Friday. Pioneer, come out, come play. You might get play against me. You might be able to be on stream if you'd like to. North Grand, Colorado, if you guys can make it. And then next week, we're going to be looking at Gates. And we're going to be looking at a version of Gates that uses Bring to Light as well as Omnath.
Deck's so good.
Yeah, it's
Deck's
so much
good.
fun.
Deck's so
I'm going
good.
to try to convince Jesse to go ahead and play it because like it's so much derpy fun. It also abuses Escape the Wilds to basically like chain with who's the guy again? With Omnath to be able to like you just have really explosive turns. So tune in Friday to see this deck in action against random decks in a tournament, and then again on Monday to see Maze's End. Thank you guys.
Bye, y'all.